guys. Welcome to Gigi's Holiday Place. I am so glad you've come to see us. And I want to know, is this your first time? Or have you watched some of our videos before? It doesn't matter. Just come on in. We're going to have some fun. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite holidays. And it's one that was mentioned only one time in the New Testament. You know which one it is? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi! Welcome to Gigi's Holiday Place. You like my hat? We're all ready for the holidays. What holidays? Well, we're going to tell you all about the wonderful, fun holidays and festivals that our loving Father has prepared for us, for His people, and that means you and you. Come on in. Let's have some fun. Welcome back. So, in the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22, Yeshua attended a festival, which has quite a few names. The Tree of Life version Bible calls it Hanukkah, and the Passion Translation calls it the Feast of Renewal. The New Living Testament calls it Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication. What's it all about? Well, here's the history. First of all, you got to know that the temple in Jerusalem was the place to be for God's people. I get so excited on Sunday morning knowing I get to go to church and see my friends and listen to beautiful praise and worship music and then have somebody teach me from the Bible. Well, the temple was kind of like that, except that they had a lot of sacrifices and a lot of priests and people. It was busy place. And you could also hear people teaching and explaining the Word. This is a very important place. Well, a long time ago, a guy named Alexander the Great had conquered all the lands in what was called the Near East. And he tried to make them all be, well, Greek, because he was Greek. But still the temple remained important in Jerusalem, and the Jewish people worshiped their God in their own way. Now, after Alexander died, his kingdom was all split up, and there were kings and rulers in each one of the areas. Israel was ruled by a guy named, you ready? Antiochus Epiphanes, and he was a really bad dude. He made all the things that the Jews did to show God how much they loved him. He made them against the law. He even brought some of the Greek gods and pigs to sacrifice in the temple. It was bad, badder, and baddest all in one. And then there was this old priest named Mattathias, and he started a sort of war against the Greeks. And when Matt died, his sons took over the fight. One of them was nicknamed Judah the Maccabee. They say that means Judah the Hammer. Now, I did not say mac and cheese or a pack of bees. I said Maccabees. Judah led his brave followers to free Jerusalem and reclaim the temple, but it needed to be cleaned up. And that pig and idol thing, There's a story that it took 8 days to purify the oil that was used in a lamp that burned in the temple all the time. A special lamp, but they only found enough oil for 1 day. And the miracle was that oil lasted 8 days. So, the celebration of Hanukkah lasts 8 days. 8 days to remember and thank God for all that He did, for all His miracles and all His protection of His chosen people. Now, I have this book. It's called The Story of Hanukkah, and it's by David Adler. He actually gave me permission to read this on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to let you just look this book up yourself, okay, because we're limited in our time. But it has all the stories of the Maccabees. It has how they defeated the big army, and even how they had to clean up everything in the temple. Okay? Tells you all the story of the miracle. So that's the history. Now let's get to the fun. Sometimes people call Hanukkah the Festival of Lights. because there's lots of lights, and I do love lights. The menorah has 7 branches. I have seen people make menorahs out of all kinds of things. Sometimes they take a branch, like from a tree, a big branch, and they just glue little holders on there to make 7 and light them all up. We light these on Shabbat. But the Hanukkah menorah, which we call the Hanukkah, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 branches, and the one in the middle is called the servant. So when you light it, you light the servant first, and then you let him light all the rest of them. Mine, of course, is very unusual because it's cats. Now this big cat sitting up here on the chair is the servant. So you put the candle in here and light it, and then you light one at a time each night. And you light one. I've got some candles. I got some candles out here. They won't stand up without help. But on the first night of Hanukkah, you light this one, okay? So you light the servant candle. Just pretend there's a candle here. And you light it, psst, and you leave it until it burns completely down. And then on the second night of Hanukkah, you put 2 candles. I know they won't stand up, but you get the idea. Every night you add another candle. You start with the first one, and you go all the way till you've got 8 every night, okay? There are special Hanukkah Blessings. This is a wonderful little book that has the miracles and the dedication of Hanukkah, Christian devotions for the Festival of Lights, because this was originally a holiday that was celebrated by the Jewish people to remember their God, but hey, he's our God too, and I love holidays, so we want to honor him in this holiday of Hanukkah. And then I have a whole list, which you can find too anywhere, of Hanukkah blessings, and it tells you on the first night and the second night and the third night and the so forth, all the way down. Now those are blessings. But then there's some fun things too. There's this little game called the Dreidel. Maybe you've seen one of these somewhere. Now this one is very, very tiny because the one that we really use is packed away in the decorations. It's not time for Hanukkah yet. Okay, so I didn't have it packed up. It was in my shelf. This is my Dreidel, and as you can see, it's taped up because there's Hershey Kisses in there. It has the Gimel. It has the Hay. It has the Shin, and it has the Nun. All right, so here's how you play it. You give it a good spin, just like a top, and it lands on nothing. Let's try it again. And it lands on the Shin. So what you do is you sit around a table, and everybody's given a certain amount of things. These things can be pennies. They can be wrapped up candies, they can be walnuts, whatever, okay? And the Dreidel has got letters on it. There are 4 letters on the Dreidel. And depending on where it lands when you spin it around, that's the prize that you get, okay? So it said that, I'm going to read this to you, the Nun, Gimel, He, and Shin form an acronym or an abbreviation for a great miracle happened there, unless you're playing this game in Jerusalem. And then your Dreidel is going to have a different letter. It's going to mean a great miracle happened here. So when the Dreidel lands on the Nun, for example, that kind of sounds like nothing, doesn't it? None, so you get nothing. If it lands on the Gimel, you take the whole pot. So everything that's in the middle, you get it. If it lands on another letter, the Hay, you take half the pot. And if it lands on the Shin, you have to put something in the pot. So you just keep playing till everything's gone. And it's fun. There's lots of food, but one of my favorites is potato pancakes or latkes. They're fried and served with applesauce and sour cream, and I can't show you any because if I made them, I would eat them. But they're yum. And then there are some special donuts that are called sufganiyot. They're donuts, and they're yummy too. There's lots of fun at Hanukkah. And it always falls in our month of December and sometime around the time that Christians are celebrating Christmas. There are lights and candles and presents and special food and presents. Did I say presents twice? Well, I should have said it 8 times because kids get presents every night. A present every night of Hanukkah. But remember that the reason we celebrate this holiday is to remember. I think I told you in the very beginning of all of these videos, if you've seen any of the other ones, that they're all about remembering. God wants us to remember Him, to thank Him for all that He has done for us. We may not have a lamp that has oil that lasts 8 days, and we may not have a menorah, but we have blessings every day. You woke up today, right? Thank God for that. You have a bed to sleep in, right? Thank God for that. You have food to eat and clothes to wear, right? Thank God for that. So the holiday of remembrance, or the holiday of dedication, or the Festival of Lights, it's a great way to end the year, isn't it? I hope you've had a wonderful time learning about Hanukkah. I wish I had some potato pancakes to share with you, but if I did, I'd be doing this. Have one. See you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Gigi's Holiday Place. Bye.